The second is for a future device. This is RGB out. Notice by the picture of the projector, this goes to your projection device. This is RGB in. Notice by the icon of a computer, this is from the cable from your PC or laptop into the document camera. This allows you to easily toggle between your computer image and the document camera image on the main viewing screen through your projector, making it switching very, very easy. This next connection would be video out. In case you wanted to record on a VCR, you could do that by connecting this to any standard VCR. The next connection is USB. This is a USB connection from your PC. This allows you to use the included ImageMate software. The final button on the right-hand side is a slide switch for the various output resolutions. You have XGA, WXGA, and SXGA. Please check with your projector manufacturer to know which is the right connection for your projector. Now let's make the connections. First, we plug in the power cord, and it goes here. Next, we want to plug in the cable that goes from the TT-02RX to your projection device. This will allow you to see the live camera or the computer up on the screen. Our next cable is the cable that goes from our laptop or PC into the TT-02RX. Again, this allows us to pass the computer signal through on the screen. Our final connection will be the USB cable. This allows you to use the software that's included. On the left-hand side of the TT-02RX is an SD card slot. An SD card slot allows you to record still images from the camera. Any brand or size SD card will work. Just simply take the card and place it into the slot until it clicks. Once it's inserted, you'll be able to use the camera icon and take as many pictures as you'd like. A very important reminder: you must connect a document camera to a projection device or monitor. Document cameras do not project themselves. The TT-02RX has a lot of flexibility with the camera head. Underneath, there's an LED light. This LED light is used to cast fill light on any three-dimensional object or any text that you'd like to show up on the screen. If you grab the arm and pull it towards you, it allows you to look at three-dimensional objects as well as text from a completely different point of view. By moving the camera head back up in its original position and rotating the camera head away from you, it acts like a digital camera, so you can put it on the students and they can come up and give a presentation for the entire class. By spinning the camera head around the opposite direction, it now turns into a teacher cam. This allows you to show objects that may not fit on the shooting stage, or to look at bulletin boards that may be behind you. Now, let's take a look at what this would look like up on the screen. These previous examples of looking at objects from a different point of view looks like this. This is what it would look like as a student camera, and as we spin it around, this is what it would look like as a teacher camera. We're now going to spin it back around into its home position, looking straight down. The black knob on the left side of the camera is for zooming in and out. Towards you, zooms the image in. The orange button in the center is your autofocus, which you want to use often. To zoom back out, you turn the knob away from you. I'd now like to talk about the buttons that are on the body of the TT-02RX. If you notice, the first one is the power button. When it's on, it glows blue. Holding the button down for a few seconds will turn the unit off and it'll glow red. To turn it back on, simply hold it down again. The menu button brings on an on-screen menu on the screen for other features and functions of the TT-02RX. This round area here is covered with icons. This one tells you by the icon of the document camera that you are live with the camera on the screen now at this particular time. The icon that has the PC will switch to whatever is on your PC screen up on the main screen itself. On the right side is the SD button. Pressing this button will do a playback of the images that you have captured on your SD card that's in the SD card slot. Pressing your camera button brings you live again and allows you to use the camera icon to take additional pictures on your SD card. The center button is freeze. This will freeze whatever image that you have up there, which allows you to shuffle papers underneath and put something new. Hitting it again will unfreeze the image. Down below we have iris control. We have brightness up and brightness down. This is our remote control we affectionately call Frosty. Notice the button layout is similar to that on the unit itself. Up in the left-hand corner is a power button. This bottom button is zoom out, and the top button is zoom in. The orange button is autofocus. Pressing these buttons will give you this effect. We're now zooming in. Notice the bar on the right, and now we're zooming out. Pressing the button in the center will give you autofocus. The buttons directly left and right of the orange button are iris open and iris close. Pressing these buttons give you this effect. Iris open makes the image brighter. Iris closed makes the image darker. Next, we have three blue buttons which we call feature buttons. The first one is called highlight on the left. Pressing this button gives you this effect. It gives you a clear box with shaded around it. It allows you to move the box anywhere you want on the image, so you can highlight a particular area of a document or object you'd like them to pay attention to. The center blue button is called Reveal. Pressing this button in combination with the up and down buttons will give you this effect. It gives you a black mask over top of anything that's on the platform. Moving the up and down button will let you slowly reveal what's underneath. The final blue feature button on the far right is called Pan and Zoom. Pressing this button will give you this effect. It allows you to quickly zoom on whatever is on the platform, and then using the up, down, left, right button allows you to move the object around till you get to the point of what you'd like to show. The next group of buttons are in gray. These are function buttons, each with their own icon. The first one is a picture of a camera. Hitting this button will snap a picture on your SD card. When you press the button, you'll see a camera icon in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. This lets you know that you've successfully taken the picture and stored it on your SD card. The next button has a SD written on it. This is to play back the images that you have taken and stored on your SD card. Pressing this button will give you this effect. Notice when I press the button, it brings up an image. It brings up the very last image that you've taken, and at the bottom it tells you how many images you have and what image number you're on. Pressing the left-right buttons, left and right of the orange, will toggle you through all of the images that you have stored, one at a time. The next function button has a picture of a computer on it. This allows you to toggle between your live document camera image and your computer image. Pressing this button has this effect. Notice when I press the button, it brings up my PC screen. Pressing it again takes me back to my live document camera. The next function button has an icon of a square within a square. This is picture-in-picture. Pressing this button gives you this effect. When on your live camera, pressing this button will take a quick snapshot of whatever you have on the screen and place it in one of the corners. You can manipulate it from corner to corner by using your up, down, left, right. The rest of the area is kept live. The final function button has a picture of a CD on it. This is for a future add-on that is not currently available. The final button is a green button that we call Return button. No matter what feature or function you have activated, pressing this button will always take you back to the live camera. Note, when I hit the button, it takes you back to the live camera, regardless of what function you have activated. Using the microscope feature on the TT-02RX is a breeze. First of all, put the microscope on the right-hand side. Move the eyelet within a ½ inch to an inch away from the lens of the TT-02RX. Next, look up at the screen and make sure that you see that bright spot. That bright spot is coming through the eyelet of the microscope. Be sure that you have focused the image using your eye prior to setting this up with the document camera. Next, you'll want to hit the on-screen menu of the TT-02RX to activate the microscope mode. Go to Image Settings. Next, move over to Microscope. Go down and hit Set. And once activated, the TT-02RX will zoom down onto the slide, autofocus, and auto iris so everyone can clearly see the slide. Using transparencies on the TT-02RX is also a breeze. Just take any transparency, place it on the white shooting stage, and now you're able to see clearly the transparency. Better yet, snap a picture of it on your SD card. You could archive it and never have to bring out the transparency again.